The money keep on calling it. Niggas hating wanna see me in the slammer. Some bad bitches with me.
Welcome to another edition of the Never Die Before podcast. I am Uncle Rick, and to my right,
I am Saluda G. Follow me on Twitter at Saluda G, Instagram at Saluda G, Facebook, and TikTok as William Bookman.
here we go. And today, you handle the introduction.
Today we have a very, very special guest.
Hello.
Very, very special. My fiance, Shakira Johnson.
Well, you just introduced me, but
Nice.
you can follow me on Facebook, Shakira Johnson, last name first.
Johnson's always go first. That was weird, but we're going to let it flow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing awkward about that at all.
A little play on name words there.
Yeah.
You can also follow me on Facebook, Ricky Johnson Jr. Instagram, Uncle Rick 856 with the underscore in between. And follow me on TikTok, Ricky Johnson Jr. And today, unofficial beer sponsor.
Unofficially.
Land Shark.
Land Shark. Island style lager.
It's fantastic.
It is.
It's fantastic. And Seagram's Escape. Strawberry Daiquiri.
Strawberry daiquiri.
Strawberry Daiquiri.
One of my favorites.
If anybody wants to cut a check, cut the check. And it could be on here every week.
Every single week.
Every time. Got you. So today, this past week, it's been a very momentous week.
Very
momentous. I'm going to say momentous week.
Very momentous week.
I mean, probably one of the impactful sports moments that I've seen.
Ever.
You know what
Well, I mean, that I've seen.
That I've, in my lifetime. You got the NBA shutting down sports.
Wow. Wow.
Because they shut down sports.
They shut everything down. I didn't even expect hockey to do what they did,
Right.
but when hockey did it, I was
Right.
like, oh, this is major.
Right.
Maybe we'll get some action this time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And this all stems from the result of Jacob Blake being shot in the back 7 times
In front of his children.
in front of his children, unarmed, walking around the car while 2 officers followed behind him with guns.
Wow.
And they gave him all the time to get around the truck or whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like, as soon as he opened the door, like, cops have 3 go-tos before
Right.
the gun.
Right.
They have pepper spray,
Right.
nightsticks, and tasers
Yeah.
that they can use
Hell yeah.
before fatally shooting somebody
Right.
In the back.
in the
Unarmed.
back.
And you forgot one. A nice clean chokehold.
A nice clean chokehold.
A nice clean
Because
chokehold.
apparently they're choking people too.
Yeah. So how, whatever, because there's whatever it was that happened before that clip, right? Because everybody always says, oh, show me the whole clip. Show me the whole clip. Like there must have been some reason behind this whole thing to go down the way it did. Because somebody's always going to have an explanation on why this man was shot. Luckily, not killed. But somebody's got to answer for it all the time. Oh, well, if you just comply. I
don't feel like that's an excuse at all. Like, I understand that he didn't comply, but he was unarmed. His back was turned.
Right.
There's other tactics. It's like y'all didn't follow the protocol. Y'all just went straight to shoot him.
Right.
Because he has a weapon. The weapon that he has is his skin.
Right.
His skin is his weapon. So they automatically was threatened. And mind you, it was multiple police there. It wasn't just one car, one cop in the car.
Right.
He had backup.
Right.
And then they placed him on administrative leave.
Right.
Not fired.
After they just put him up in the hotel because they before the word got out what his name was. Because I think before they released what his name was, Because this police department is not cooperating with anything.
No, nothing.
Wow.
I think it had to come from like higher up before that for the name to even come out.
Yeah, man.
Because they've had like different videos of the police chief just talking crazy.
Yeah, he was talking politically.
Yeah, talking about how like, you know, people who like suck off the system should be put in warehouses and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
like
what that got to do with your
Right.
officers gunning
the
an
guy,
black man down?
because every time they shoot a black man, they come out with his police record, with his record.
right. Keep speaking on that. I'm gonna check the video real fast.
Okay, so
But yeah, keep on that. Right back.
as soon as they shoot him, they want to upload his record, saying that, oh, this guy was a sex offender, so he deserved to get shot. No, now he's a human.
Right.
But
Right, but my whole thing is the background don't get pulled up to after the killing.
Yep.
Y'all didn't know who that man was when
Right.
y'all walked up to him, so that ain't why you shot him.
Right. And then even if so, like even if
Not saying it's a reason, but that's not even why you shot him.
right, but like even if you report to, as I think it was like a fight or something, the guy showed up. I think the story was he showed up, helped break up the fight, and he went to leave. But I guess he had a warrant for something, and I guess they were trying to take him in because of a warrant.
That was the warrant he had. As of
Right.
now, he's still cuffed to the bed.
Right.
He's paralyzed from the waist down. Well, I mean, that's what they're guessing.
Right.
He's going to be paralyzed from the waist down, but he had an open warrant.
Right. But let's still understand, an open warrant trying to bring him in for that does not result in death. That's not
Luckily, he didn't die.
right.
Luckily, he didn't die. So, not only are they still going to try to convict him, I mean, which they do. That's what the justice system is for. But
Right.
you didn't have to shoot that man seven times in the back.
Right. Because even like you said, even if he did it, whatever he was looking on, like, all right, it's cool. He should have to pay for it. But people who do something wrong and something illegal should pay for it. Like the cop. You didn't have to shoot that man 7 times in the back. The cops that killed Breonna Taylor, y'all did something wrong. Arrest these people.
Exactly.
That's what the argument is always for, back and forth. Like, yo, we just want cops to get arrested for the illegal shit that they do.
They have to get rid of that union.
Right.
They have to get rid of that union. They just have to.
That's the worst thing. That's the detrimental thing to the whole police system.
Is the union.
Is the union.
If the chief of police agree with what took place, then that's really a big part of the problem.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Because it probably goes for the police chief,
The
and then the commissioner, the DA, everybody that runs that whole department in the city. They all probably felt that way.
And instead of IEB looking into him, because this cop has multiple shootings.
I'm sure.
He has multiple cases against him.
The way he let off on that trigger.
Wow. In front of his children.
Right.
In front of his children. Can you picture the blood splattering in that car?
Right.
When his children is in the back seat.
Right. And then what if something would have went wrong and y'all accidentally shoot the kid?
And then the lady, his girl at the time, well, his girl, I don't know if she's still his girl, but she's screaming like, my kids is in the car.
Yeah, the one that was in the street,
and
right?
then the lady cop said, back up or I'm going to shoot you. Like,
She didn't say that.
Yes, she did.
Wow.
She didn't say back up or I'm going to detain you. She said back up or I'm going to shoot you.
Because it's always gun first. Like, how is it gun first?
Because,
like you said, how is it always gun first?
Because our weapon, we always carry it 24/7 is that skin.
They think like they wrote, like you can't be a robot and be a police officer.
You ever see?
Y'all juked up like, oh, I'm the law.
Did you guys ever see or been a part of this experience? When the cop pulls you over, the first thing the cop goes to on that utility belt he carries
Right.
is the gun.
Right, walking up. Yeah, walking up like.
But when he walks up to a person he doesn't feel threatened by, which would be a white guy,
Right.
or a white lady,
Right.
he just walks up to the car and
Yeah.
taps license and registration.
Right, but because he already ran the plates and the face pop up.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta be real cautious walking up to this car. Like, come on, man. Like,
That's ridiculous. And I salute the NBA
Right.
for changing the world, man.
Yeah.
The NBA is Shout out to them. If you got bombs queued up, drop a bomb for the fucking National Basketball Association, man, because they fucking deserve it. And even they tried to like play LeBron out, and Stephen A. tried to report some nonsense to take away from the cause. LeBron and them got voting centers in all the NBA stadiums.
Right. Because that's what they got out of it. Because like people are like, oh, they protest and boycott. Like, what are you going to get out of it? That they got polling centers
in every NBA stadium.
Yeah. Because it's so hard and then that's more space. That way there's more distancing and stuff like that. That way we could actually make it safer. Because I would feel better going to a big stadium than like a little tight little school or something.
Which leagues are actually shut down?
Well, the NBA did it that night.
Right.
And some other leagues still went that day. I think the NBA shut down and the WNBA shut down that day.
They shut down that day. Baseball players were actually coming to an agreement where they was about to stop too.
Okay.
Right.
So did the NBA shut down because of what occurred, or because
absolutely.
The players
because
refused
the Milwaukee Bucks. The
Giannis
Milwaukee Bucks.
Antetokounmpo is not even American.
Right.
And the Milwaukee Bucks, because that's where it happened
in Wisconsin. Yeah.
So, in Kenosha, if
it's like
for anybody that's not following the story.
Yeah, like a half hour or something, 45 minutes away from Milwaukee.
The Orlando Magic took the court. Mm-hmm. They had no idea what was going on.
Yeah,
Orlando
nobody
Magic
told them.
Basketball team took the court. They had no idea what was going on. They looking at the Bucks locker room like, where's the team?
Yeah.
And then sources reported.
It was like, Bucks have not reported to the floor.
They're not coming out.
Yeah.
Execs are in front of the door trying to get them out. Yeah. And they're saying they're not playing.
Because LeBron didn't even know about it.
Nope. Nobody knew.
It was just the Milwaukee Bucks.
It was like, we're not playing.
So the NBA shut down because of the teams.
Yeah.
The players.
Because it was like the Milwaukee Bucks boycotted, right? They didn't give a shit if they lost that game. It came back as a loss, whatever. They're already at 3-1. So
yeah, they didn't care if they had the forfeit.
Right.
Because they still was going to be up. They still had 2 games to get.
The reason why I ask is because what about Colin Kaepernick?
Exactly. He risked his whole career. He was
standing for the same cause, and he didn't refuse to play, but he was kneeling.
Peaceful protest. But the NFL is way different. The owners have way more control over the NFL.
Right.
The players have control in the NBA.
Right.
The players have control.
And
the players were more united in the NBA. That's why it stuck. If more players would have, they were Kaepernick, then they would have, motion would have then been taken, to shut it down, because how are we playing with no players?
Right.
True.
See, because the NBA, I think, is because like it's smaller.
Mm-hmm. A lot smaller.
And it's the percentages of black men playing are higher than in football. Because in football, you still got position players and stuff like that, all the other guys. So and they also have the support of the commissioner.
Yep. And Adam Silver, another bomb for Adam Silver, greatest commissioner of all time.
Right, because without Adam Silver saying, y'all got the green light, we're going to put this on here, like whatever y'all want, I'm with it.
Right.
And then, they got Mark Cuban.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so you got it's a different atmosphere. You got Mark Cuban, Michael Jordan, you got Ballman from Microsoft. These are like fans of these guys.
Yep.
Right.
Football, I think it's just all about the money.
And then
strictly money in football.
Football is not international. Basketball is international. Basketball.
Right.
Like when you go to like places like China, they don't care about football.
Right.
But them motherfuckers care. They love basketball.
Shout out to China.
For real. Like when they was going to give Kobe $180 million to play 3 seasons overseas in China.
Yeah.
$180 million for 3 years just so he could be there.
That's why Marbury went over there and was a legend.
And was a legend.
Became another legend. He was already like a early legend, like in New York and stuff, but he went over there and because you watched that, it was like a 30 for 30 on him.
Yeah.
That was.
I never knew most of the stuff that came on in that 30 for 30.
Right. So it's like the international level, if they could bring somebody like you ain't gotta be a big star,
nope.
but you could be like Stephon Marbury. I think Josh Childress went over there for a little bit.
Steve Francis,
AI went over there.
Yep. So they were treated as kings,
right?
They were treated like kings,
and that was Jordan with the Dream Team that did that.
Mm-hmm.
Started getting a globe, like we got Michael Jordan posters from the whole side of buildings and stuff
NFL,
like that.
If you're not Tom Brady,
right,
or another super Jerry Rice,
right,
like somebody like that, they won't care,
right? Because it took the players making that video in order for the NFL to have an official statement saying Black Lives Matter, because you got Odell. Patrick Mahomes. You got Patrick Mahomes, the league MVP, Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson, and all these guys like making video. Like you gotta do something, because these are your stars.
Yep.
That's
because they care about the stars.
Yep.
If it was like you said, if Tom Brady would have went out there and kneeled and said, "Yo, social injustice," and instead of Kaepernick, well, nobody have a problem with it.
Nobody. And salute to Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. It took him 4 years to finally follow what you tried to start. I commend you and appreciate you sacrificing your career for the benefit for people like me and the people around me. For real, man. I appreciate you for real. You will never be forgotten for that. You will forever be a legend in the communities for that.
Yeah, he should be put up there in the levels of Jay-Z and
absolutely,
if not higher,
above that,
if not higher,
yep,
like real change.
So when not to mention the Milwaukee Bucks had a player to actually go through.
Yeah, was that like last year, 2 years ago?
Yeah, he just hit the game-winning shot.
Yeah,
because went to the store.
Yes, I saw that video. It does not matter if you're an NBA player, NFL player. They see you in the parking lot.
He was in the parking lot.
You're tall and scary. So we're gonna slam you, damn near choke you out. Like he was like, I seen he was like hollering help and all this other, like it was like.
I think it got a lot to do with the training they put them through.
Exactly. They only get 3 months of training.
Yeah, and I mean, then it's not like they're training hands on.
No.
It's
right.
A bunch of obstacle course stuff they're never about to do.
Right.
Except shoot.
And there's a lot of shooting.
Except shooting and pursuing.
Your conscience tell you big and dark is scary.
Yeah.
No matter if it's a person, an animal, big and dark is scary.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how much it doesn't matter how much training you can have. You can't train fear. You can just learn to control it.
Right.
I'm saying, but you can't train fear because you're gonna be scared. Right, I mean, you shouldn't be scared of another human, but
right,
a lot of people are.
Because did you see that other video? It was like a white dude getting into this big ass truck. And he was like hollering and screaming at the cop.
The cop had the gun.
On him and stuff. He was like, "I will fucking kill you."
Yeah, he said, "This is fucking private property.
Yeah.
You don't fucking belong here, you fucking pig."
Going in and out of the truck.
In and out, walking
in and out of the truck.
And then his girl leaning in the side like, "This is private fucking property." Karen was like, "It's a fucking private property, you fucking asshole."
Yeah, but it's like so many videos like that where these guys are like fighting cops. You know, they got guns in their hand.
Dark, so that's not intimidating to those cops.
Speaking about guns in your hand, Kyle, right? I'm talk about this guy in Milwaukee.
Okay.
In Kenosha. This guy was 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's illegal for him,
right, to open carry,
right, in the state,
right.
And this guy decides to drive 30 minutes away from his house to so-called protect businesses with a militia.
Right. And the militia is just another word for gang.
Other people businesses.
Right.
Other people businesses. So they all got together, the militia.
Mm-hmm.
Cops giving them water.
Yeah, guys on the
keeping them hydrated.
Yeah, guys on rooftops like snipers and shit.
Yeah. They're out there open carry to protect rioters from burning these buildings down.
Right.
Which is fine if it was, I'm guessing, for the sake of argument, the police. You know what I'm saying? But these guys weren't police.
Right.
So this young man comes, ends up killing 2 people and wounding a 3rd.
Right.
And the first thing they did was try to dig all the dirt of these people's backgrounds.
Right.
And not to mention the fact that this young man, was 17 years old.
Right.
It's illegal for this man to carry to open carry in a state.
Right.
He goes, he shoots and kills. He tried to give himself to the police, and they rolled right past him.
Right. See, here's the thing, right? Little devil's advocate, right? Because I was watching this other video of somebody I watch all the time. It's always weird how to pronounce it. Like, you ever seen Colin Noir?
I have not.
He used to be like an NRA spokesman. He's black. He used to be like an NRA spokesman.
Okay.
But he's like pro Second Amendment, stuff like that. So everything he does is about like protecting gun rights and stuff like that. And and he was a lawyer too.
Sure.
So he put a video out that I was watching yesterday, and pretty much from a gun right and lawyer perspective, he ran the whole thing down, and it kind of made me relax a little bit on him.
Okay.
Because I was where you was, but it kind of made me relax on him, right? Because it was like the kid, right, 17-year-old kid. Yeah, he was a half hour away. But the one guy he shot that had like the long hair or something with the skateboard,
yeah,
he drove in from 45 minutes away.
Yeah, but he went to protest.
Right. But somebody else came, and then the other guy was like from 45. So the distance wise, okay, you can it's a toss up. None of them should have been there. So none of them should have been there. And there was video of the Kyle kid and the first guy he shot.
Yeah.
On video. And the guy was like antagonizing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think, and then what it ended up saying is even with the open carry being illegal, it's only a misdemeanor in Wisconsin. Right. So all right, he's guilty of a misdemeanor. So when he was getting antagonized, the 17-year-old kid was getting antagonized by the first guy, the white guy.
Yeah, baldhead guy.
Yeah, baldhead guy.
Another sex offender.
Right. So the claim is the guy like bum rushed him a little bit and tried to grab his gun. The kid, obviously, this grown ass man, he got scared. He got backed up. He fell. Because he fell like twice. He had fallen at him. He had fallen at. No, this is the first time.
No. That was after.
No, he fell again. That's what I'm saying. Like the first time he fell, had his back up. The guy cornered him, and then he shot him.
No,
and then he stood there.
He ran. Right? He ran.
I'm getting there.
No, I'm saying he ran behind the first time. He ran behind the car.
No, that's where he shot him at. That's where he shot the guy at.
Yeah, he stepped back. He didn't fall the first time.
Right.
The first time they was chasing him,
right,
he ran. He got behind the car, came from around the car,
and he got stuck.
And the gun was pointed down at first. I just watched the video in the bathroom. He pulled the gun up and shot the man 3 times. Somebody shot in the air.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
After that first shot went off,
he got on the phone. I think he called in and said he shot somebody.
He did not.
He was calling it. Well,
you know who he called?
He said somebody said he was calling.
Called his mother.
Right. So he was on the phone. He was standing there, and then all of a sudden people would say, "Oh, he shot somebody. Let's get him." That's when he took off.
That's when because
he was going. I think really he was going to stand there.
Mm-hmm.
But motherfucker was like, "Yo, let's get him." So they run. He's running. He fell. Boom. After he fell again, what do you hear? Get him.
Whoop his ass. He said, right? What'd he do?
Right.
He just shot somebody. Right. It's like, get his ass.
So kind of, devil's advocate, put yourself in this position, right? You're running because these motherfuckers after you, right? Whether or not you just shot somebody purposely or not, now your second time, you're running, you fall, you're on your back. These motherfuckers are saying, get him. One boy comes in with a skateboard, right? And you're down on the ground, a skateboard, you might be scared. Because in Wisconsin, to use force, you have to be fearful of full bodily harm or death.
Yeah.
And that's from the lawyer's perspective. Mm-hmm. And at the time, he's getting assaulted with a deadly weapon because the skateboard becomes a deadly weapon. He shoots him, right? Then you get the other guy, the second guy. He runs up. The guy puts the gun at him, and then he stopped. And then he stopped.
He stopped
and then he put the gun down. Yeah. But then he went to go. Then
he had the gun in his hand already.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
Had the gun in his hand
then
already.
He stopped. But then he
after he shot and killed.
Right. Right.
I have to. Right. These young men saying.
the
dude with the skateboard.
Right.
After he shot him in the heart.
Right. After he shot him.
The other guy was running up with the gun.
Right.
But then he stopped and put his hands up.
Right. Yeah.
And then he took one little step up forward, and then he blew his fucking bicep off.
Yeah. I mean, as you should in that, because he got a gun and he's coming back at you.
And he's using it.
In this situation, maybe the second two, I don't know everything about the first one, right? But the second two, like when he fell and shit, like, all right, if I would have been in that situation, probably would have shot the dude with the skateboard. I definitely would have shot the guy with the gun.
Yeah.
And so, I mean,
he shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I mean, because he was there. I guess he was there like
because he's 17.
Yeah.
I just feel like misdemeanor or not, you're breaking the law.
Right.
If that was a black man committing a misdemeanor, he would have been arrested.
Right.
All of this could have been avoided when you arrested him from committing this misdemeanor. You don't get to go shoot people because they're destroying material things. You shoot people when they're destroying people. Right. So how you can walk past the police?
Yeah, you can't justify murder. But armed. We're going to burn this building down.
And threatening other civilians, and then now they're threatening you back, and you get to shoot them.
Yeah,
that's not okay at all.
It's a slippery slope because even going with the gun,
it was his fault. I feel like it was the police fault.
Right.
I feel like it was more the police fault because he was a minor.
Right.
Y'all
not to mention,
they should at least check his paperwork.
Him into the next day.
Let him go home.
At his home. Let him go home, get all his affairs in order, tell his mom what happened.
No, his mom was already there, strapped up.
Picked him up with the gun.
Because she was already there, strapped up somewhere else.
Yeah. Came and grabbed him. Yeah. All right, son, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Gave him time.
Right.
It's not your job to protect
and then there's two people laying dead in these streets, and one person's bicep is blown off.
Right.
Because that was not a little gun he was shooting.
See, but that...
And his shooting was precise.
Oh, he definitely
shot this boy in the heart.
That wasn't his first time. Definitely not his first time.
He killed animals.
Yeah. They went to his Facebook page, and they said he was obsessed with Blue Lives Matter, which is no such fucking thing as a blue life.
Because a year and a half, he probably would have been a cop.
Yes.
100%.
He still might get the chance to be a cop. They arrested him on 6 counts.
They're going to let him go.
1st-degree murder, 2nd-degree murder. They're going to hold him.
I'm telling you now, everybody, don't get your hopes up because this young little white boy getting off.
He's going to get convicted.
He's getting off.
He's going to get convicted for having a gun while being a minor.
It's a misdemeanor.
And
misdemeanor.
And he's going to get convicted of endangering people. Because he got charged with that. See, but that's just him shooting out in the open.
But the main thing you forget to realize is they're gonna offer him a deal to plead to and to drop some of those charges.
And he was shooting precisely. He wasn't like
because he on camera.
It wasn't like he was sitting there like all willy nilly shooting. He was.
That was his hobby.
So it was.
There's no doubt in my mind for those murders.
I'll bet anything this boy is getting off.
He will beat those murders. It's no doubt in my mind. I'm not even expecting him.
He's not going to get what he deserves, period.
And he probably make bail.
I'll put a 6-pack on anybody. This boy is getting off. We're going to figure out. I bet you.
They even if they wanted to try to make an example, he's not going to get what he deserves because he's going to plead guilty. He's on camera doing it.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like all this does is take focus away from Jacob Blake. Right? Because this is a white guy shooting other white people. Where's the white on white crime people at?
Where's that at?
Where's the white, like...
Where were all the black riders at? It's only white guys coming at this guy.
Right, because you got one white guy on the, like, don't destroy my property, I'm going to shoot you tip. And then you got these other white guys protesting. But apparently, only black people are the ones that's protesting rioting. So, where are these white people coming from?
Exactly.
Because they're not showing the white looters and rioters and all that. It's like, they're not. Where's that coverage at? There's not that.
And
that coverage is nowhere.
Are hiding in all black clothing.
Right.
Why y'all choose
with the
that
skateboards,
the masks,
with the all black clothing, black gloves. So if you see them in the dark, you don't know if that's a white person. It was. Or not.
I mean, I don't mean to like. I mean, these guys were white.
Yeah.
Picture if they were black.
Yeah.
He shot dead in the street.
That's what
like
I'm saying. He wouldn't have got to that point if he was black. That misdemeanor charge would have been a misdemeanor charge.
They're literally thug rioters. They was going to jump him. I think they started easing off when they found out like they weren't black.
Yeah.
I think they might have been disappointed. I really do. Like not even to make joke, like 'cause these guys lost their lives and everything, but like they might have been a little bit disappointed that they weren't black. Because now you got to show like these white people were the ones jumping on him, hitting him with skateboards, attacking him. The black people was on the side like, yo,
you know
black people. These black people.
That also
he shot somebody.
White people are out there protesting for Black Lives Matter
and rioting.
They don't want to airtime that
and rioting. So therefore, once this black people saw that, I was like, boy, he got a gun, a real big one, and he know how to use them. We not about to no, like we riding for the cause, but we got families at the crib too. About to. But Kyle us.
I mean, but if this window is already busted at the Gucci store, there's people already in there. I didn't bust it. But
I can use some Gucci.
I can use some Gucci. Shit.
For real. Like,
you put anybody in that position. If white I don't want to say like but if a white person next to Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops, you know what I mean? Like, and somebody busted that window out, and they got all the hunting gear and fishing equipment you want. All you got to do is go in and get it. Then see where your moral standards is at.
Right.
Before you judge anybody else from the decisions that they making on like right then and there, like this window's busted.
Especially when it's something expensive like Gucci, and you know they about to clean that store out regardless.
Right. Or then like
get mine too.
Right. Or like when it happened in Philly, like it's people hungry. So if they already inside the supermarket, and my shit empty.
Hey, let's fill it up.
Get some T-bones. Get the shits I can't afford.
We're gonna get the good steaks.
We getting porterhouse. Filet mignon for days out this motherfucker. I'm coming out like supermarket sweep.
Goddamn right.
Especially if you're building.
Where the carts at?
If your business is foundation of my ancestors' work, give me a piece of that.
And it's not like these people don't have insurances on these buildings.
Exactly. That's why I'm so mad. Like, y'all get all this money back.
Right. It's coming right back to you. They're going to rebuild.
Right.
And they're going to restock.
I think it was Walmart, and when they was rioting, they was looting Walmart, and they posted something on Facebook like, we don't care. We're for the Black Lives Matter cause. And we have insurance.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, make whatever noise y'all got to make.
I saw a post. It was like a guy on like a candy shop or something in Wisconsin, and he was like, you know, he wasn't opposed to rioting, right? So somebody said, "Oh, it'd be different if somebody went in his shop." He commented underneath it like, "You would think so." I don't give a fuck.
My shit won't be insured. My shit is insured. That's what all these business owners have. They have to have insurance.
And then just take this into account. Like, we in quarantine. Some of these businesses are shut down. So you think some of these people not going in there throwing up and trashing their own shit so they get their money back for this stuff?
Exactly.
Like, it's so, like, you can't, somebody's scheming. It's a scam everywhere.
They was like, yo, y'all riding?
Yeah.
Make sure y'all hit my shit.
Right. Or they be the ones with the mask and the skateboards smashing their own shit.
And then get on the news and be like, my business.
Right. 50 years old with a skateboard and a mask like, Antifa.
All up the insurance company.
Yes.
So what you had in your inventory?
Right. Trump supported like a mother, but spray painting Black Lives Matter on the outside of their building. Hey, come on, man. Like, you got that sprinkled in. You got the people that just love chaos sprinkled in. You got the Trump supporters and the white supremacists sprinkled in. Because don't think they not in there burning shit up. Like, look at these Black Lives Matter assholes.
Exactly. Like, what? There's some money involved.
Yeah, man. Like,
we'll be there. We'll be there. All we got to do is break some windows and set a little building on fire. We live for this.
Right. Burn all this shit.
Burn that shit to the ground.
All of it could be rebuilt. But you knew what can't be brought back? An innocent life shot by a cop.
No.
All that shit could be rebuilt.
No.
So
no matter what mistakes he made, and I'm very, very hard on sex offenders. I hate them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I hate them all. They all should burn in hell.
Right.
And get brought to the fullest extent of the law, which is judge, jury, and prosecution. Not one man taking the life of another man. And then it so happens that they're black and white. It's just, it's sad. And it's not going to change unless we make the change.
And then don't get us wrong. If it's a black cop shooting or choking out a black person, that shit's still wrong, and we are just as mad.
Absolutely.
Because it's a fucking cop. That's all we're talking about is cops not getting punished.
Right.
That's where the anger comes from. That's where the riots come from.
You know why you don't see black cops doing things like that really too much? Because a lot of black cops are not scared of these motherfuckers.
Right, yeah.
A lot of black cops are not scared. Like, man, I take my badge off and fuck you up. Like, a lot of black cops is not scared.
Right. I will throw hands.
A lot of black cops, the last thing they do is draw on their weapon.
Yeah.
Because they walking, they probably got some ass this morning. Right. They probably had sex with their fiance, their wife, their side bitch, a hooker, anybody. So they come into work regular. So when they go in, we got to call. All right, man, this nigga out here acting up. Yeah. Man, we going to hop out. Hey, what you doing? Yeah.
And probably because they're better at community policing, they already might know who's in the area because they're not scared to get out of their car and find out who the people is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
And then, like you said, you don't have to de-escalate a situation if you come at it not already hyped up.
Exactly. You don't have to come at it. Motherfucker, what are you doing? Put your fucking hands down. Like, damn, a simple
the crazy
pullover.
part. Most of it starts from a conversation. So how did y'all even get
just a nonviolent call turns into, or even a violent call turns into, I'm killing somebody.
Exactly.
I'm gonna shoot it. Like, did you see that video your Aunt Marion posted yesterday?
I did. It was disturbing.
Like, how's it 3 guys outside of an apartment building or something? They get out the car and what are y'all doing? All right, sit down on the ground. Now you got these guys on the ground, there's 3 of them, and there's one white guy on the side. And the white guy on the side is like, we all live here. I'm white. I'm not on the ground.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right? And then you start getting more cops pulling up. It's like 9 cop cars. And then it ends up being 9 cop cars pulling up because they just detained guys for no reason just because they were outside
of their house.
And then you got another white guy on the side. I live here too.
What about me?
I know them.
Right.
What are y'all doing? And then he was and then the cop, like the one cop, short one, pulls up, gets out the car, amped up, starts, Superman posing. Like, you don't sit your like you want something to happen so bad.
Yeah, man. It's all about power.
Yeah.
And I mean, with the union, police have that power because it's like you take away the union, right? Now these motherfuckers got to come outside and be like, damn.
That's where the change happens.
Motherfuckers be like, damn, them cops gonna be like, damn, if I kill this person today, I can really lose everything.
Yeah.
Like I can really lose everything if I pull this trigger. I don't have to think about pulling this trigger no more.
Right.
I mean, I don't have to not think about pulling the trigger no more because now I have to sit back and just say to myself like, damn, I'm ready to lose my pension. I'm ready to lose this. I'm ready to lose this. I'm ready to lose that.
Right.
And the force is not behind me anymore.
Right.
Because they can't be because the union is gone.
Right. So you take away the union and you create a national registry where cops that do get fired they can't go 2 or 3 towns over, and they get hired as a cop again because
they should start hiring within the community, like hire cops that grew up in that area.
Right.
Oh, you're from here, born and raised. We'll give you a shot, man. We'll give you a shot.
Yeah. Because they're going to at least think twice before they shoot. Yeah. They still might shoot because now somebody deserves to get shot.
And you got the guys over there on the corner, and then that same cop from the area pull up like, yo, what y'all doing? I know y'all can't be here.
Right. When I swing back through, don't be over here.
And people disperse.
Right.
And then they get out of the way. Right. Like, you know what, bro? I know you got the gun in the badge today. I ain't even going to fuck with you, man. I respect you.
Right.
I'll be out.
And then it becomes a mutual respect, even though like it's cat and mouse because you know they're doing dirty.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, you clear out. I come back around. Now I'm getting out. Now I'm getting out the car because now y'all didn't listen. Right. And then they go from there. And I bet you somebody still don't end up killed.
It's a lot of other options. I'm pretty sure the protocol is not, if they turn their back and start walking to a car, you better shoot them because it might be a gun they pulling out. Like, that's not, I mean, I don't know exactly what happens in the police academy, but I'm sure that's not the protocol.
It's not enough.
That is not what you're being taught.
Like I could want to go and be a barber, right? Why does it take longer for me to become a barber than if it was to be a cop?
I have to go to cosmetology school.
Yeah.
I
gotta learn how to braid hair and all the like color it up. I just want to be a barber. So if you just want to be a cop, you just can't go shoot guns because you want to shoot guns. Mm-hmm. You got to learn social training, de-escalation.
If you wanted to shoot, join the army.
Right. Go to war. Go to war. If you want to kill people from a different ethnicity than what you are, go to war.
Right.
You can't be the person that's supposed to protect me and the person that I need protection from. Because then you don't have a purpose.
Right. There's too much more involved besides having a gun.
Right.
With the military, it could be your training could be 6 weeks or whatever. Because it's point and shoot. We point over here, you go shoot. A cop, you got to learn how to. This person might have a mental illness. Right. You got to learn how to deal with that. So you also need social work training. You need if you get on a call like somebody don't want to cooperate, all right, maybe y'all need to learn jujitsu.
Right.
9 times out of 10, you get a phone call and you need to go to such and such because this person is violent. That person's angry. You think because you show up, they supposed to calm down? Yeah. Or is that what's intimidating you because they didn't calm down when you showed up?
Right. How is resisting arrest one of the biggest leaders in death? in cop killings. Like unjustified cop killings, the person was resisting arrest. All right. Charge him with resisting arrest, but they'd have to die? Because, what was it? George Floyd they called because they thought it was a fake 20.
A counterfeit $20 bill turned it out to be one of the biggest murders in history.
Right. Because they showed up on go time. Oh, this dude like 6 something. I'm scared. There's 4 of us. We can't subdue this man.
We cannot do it. And all of those cops, besides the one that just start working,
right?
What, his second, third day?
Yeah, some shit like that.
The rest of them, though, have multiple complaints against them for using excessive force.
Right.
But yet, if I get documented at my job more than once, it's Bill. See you later.
Right.
I mean, we're gonna have to cut ties with you, champ.
Oh, he was just a bad apple.
Yeah. Oh, that's it, right?
He's just a bad apple.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The NFL don't like bad apples in the fucking locker room. Right. And what they do to bad apples in the locker room, they trade them or they cut them motherfucker.
Right. If you have a poor job performance, you have to leave, sir.
Period.
Right.
It's not the job for you.
We don't give you a promotion. And then the one cop, I was, I be on TikTok, right? One cop, when the George Floyd joint came out, he was like anti the killing, the anti-murder of George Floyd, right? Mm-hmm. Spoke out about it. Next thing you know, they put him on administrative leave. Upon the investigation, they investigated him, right? He didn't kill nobody, but they fired him.
Wow.
He gets fired because he spoke out against police brutality. So all the good cops that's out there, even if they are good cops, they can't say nothing because of the police unions and it's the boys club, the Blue Lives Matter. So where are the good cops? If the good cops like, I can't say shit because they might come looking for me.
Well, the real good cops, please stand up.
Right. Because unless...
And that's the messed up part, because there are good cops.
Right.
Like,
because the whole department has to be good cops.
Right.
From the top all the way down. That's when everything will probably fine. Mm-hmm. When you got a bad cop that rises the ranks and becomes chief, I'm willing to overlook a lot of things.
Yep.
But if I'm a good cop that actually cares about people, now I'm in charge. Nah, you can't do that.
Right.
Because I done seen them videos where a cop is going like he wilding, and then you get the supervisor come out. Nah, let him go. He good. And I'll talk to him later.
Right.
But where are they at? Like, you need those cops checking other cops without fear of being fired or ostracized.
Right. Or even taunted.
Which is really what they're supposed to do. Like if your coworker is doing something that's against whatever policy, your company policy, the city policy, you're supposed to report that.
Cops want snitches, but you can't be a snitch if you're a cop.
Nope.
How?
That's perfect.
And that makes
that's a beautiful.
That makes every good cop that was silenced a bad cop because you didn't do your job.
Right. It's a bad environment. Like, it seems like being a cop shouldn't be that stressful. Not even outside of the car and the job. Like, if you're in the precinct, how you stressed out because you can't say something about what you just saw a dude over there doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You just watched Tom plant evidence in his car.
Right. So,
but Tom been here longer than you.
Right.
Yeah. So now that guy just lost his family because Tom felt like taking him away from his family because he had the power to do it.
Because the chief of police don't want to seem like their police department is failing in some area.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
Because you can't get your precinct under control, and then it comes back. Oh, the mayor's up my ass. Because we got this bad attention.
Exactly. The mayor is all up on my ass.
Like, it's always funny in a movie or a TV show, but this shit got to be real.
My thing is, I'd rather see a bunch of reports of bad cops than a bunch of dead black men.
For real.
Same.
Dead black people. I can't even just say men because they killing women too.
Because they shoot women too.
Yeah, man.
They beat pregnant women up. Little girls.
Slamming
little girls, little black girls.
Slamming them. Just because, I'm beefed up. I can. Because what's going to happen? Nothing.
But little Karen gets told
even if they were
to shut up.
They not.
Shut up, little Karen.
They're not being prosecuted like we're being prosecuted. If we did what they did, then we got 15, 20 years. Right. And they getting 2 years and 5 years of probation and 2 years and you can never be a cop again. Yeah. They don't want to be a cop no more after this. Anyway.
Because even the white criminals got it better than black criminals.
Absolutely. You get 1 year for trafficking this child.
Right.
Man, this dude got 1 year for trafficking a little black kid. He was adopted by two fiends. And they went and sold this child for some drugs. Dude got 1 year. Bro, 1 year. How the fuck do you get a year?
Right. Because they said his attorneys spoke to the prosecutor, and we got a deal to offer you.
Right.
Well, give me that then, because you caught me red-handed anyway.
Right. But if I'm on my lawn, cop pulls up on me and starts asking me questions, and I don't feel like answering them. Now I'm getting slammed to the ground. Right. Because I'm resisting arrest.
You don't feel like answering them. You don't have to answer.
Right, I don't have to.
You're not doing anything wrong.
Like, how many times have we seen these videos where people are talking crazy to these cops and be like, yo, if I did that, I'm dying.
Exactly.
I would love to be like, yo, I know my rights. Yeah. But the second I put a little bit of muscle when they try and grab me, I'm getting tased immediately.
Or shot.
Oh, I thought it was the taser, and I shot him by accident. Oops.
Well, and the crazy part is
they
justify it.
Happened to Oscar Grant in Oakland.
See you on work on Monday.
Right.
They justify the no resisting arrest as if, they said you did this, you get to go to court and you get to... No, because now I got to sit in the county jail for 4 months waiting for court. And now if I plead not guilty, I can sit possibly 2 years in the county jail just waiting for trial.
Right.
I get the trial and they say it's innocent until proven guilty, but really it's guilty until proven innocent. Right. Because if you can't prove that you ain't do that, you're going to jail. But if you can, prove that it didn't happen, then you don't go to jail. Yeah. Right. So it's guilty until proven innocent.
And then in the meantime, you're in jail.
You already been in jail for two and a half years.
Because your family your family might not be able to put up the bond. So now you're in jail. You didn't do shit, but now you're in jail because your family couldn't put up the bond. And that's where a lot of these innocent people are pleading guilty. Right. Because now I want to get out.
Exactly.
So you tell me I can get out?
I know because I experienced it. Like I sat in jail for 2 months for something I didn't do. Mm-hmm. Pregnant. Got out of jail, 6 months pregnant, and they telling me like they thinking about giving you 5 to 10 years for defending myself, but not even doing what they're charging me for. And now y'all telling me y'all can give me 5 to 10 years unless I take it to court. I got a bracelet on my ankle. I'm 6 months pregnant. I'm about to have my baby. I can't sit in jail for 2 years until I go to trial. That means y'all taking my baby straight from jail.
Right. Absolutely.
How is that justice?
It's not.
So I plead guilty to the shit.
Right.
Do 2 years of probation. Now I got a felony charge on my record. That if I want it off, I gotta spend hundreds of dollars to get it off.
And wait a certain amount of time.
I gotta wait
like 7 years.
I think it's 5 years now in New Jersey. But regardless, for something I didn't even do, I had to wait 5 years to get it expunged, and they might not even expunge it.
Right. But how many times have you heard that where this little white girl or something from the suburbs or something, like the cop let him go, like, oh, you seem like a good person.
Yeah. And that's
and we don't want this to mess.
We don't want this. Yeah. We don't want this to ruin.
Yeah, we don't want this to ruin. So you seem like a nice enough.
So cops get it wrong all the time, especially with the hires.
Right.
Oh, this cop got charged with rape. How many times we heard that? Wow. Cops being charged with rape because of the power. Cops just need to stop with the bullshit.
It's the power.
Enough is the fuck enough. Stop with the bullshit.
Right.
Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid of fucking black people that's not armed. They just need to stop with the bullshit.
That's it.
Stop bringing up your childhood fucking failures and your woes and your fucking racist upbringing and bringing it to the force.
Right.
Because I'm not for the police defundment, but that union has to fucking go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm not going to sit here and say we don't need police, because we fucking do.
Right.
And some of them are pretty decent.
Right.
But most of these motherfuckers are fucking racist.
Right.
And they need to stop with the bullshit.
I wouldn't say most of them are racist. I would say a majority of them are prejudiced. Like, they don't hate black people, but if they see you, they're scared.
That's the thing, too. Because you got all these people. Like, I'm around black people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I like black people.
Yeah, my brother girlfriend is black.
That went to a private school, that lived in the suburbs.
They're the ones they're the ones that be around you all this time, having a good time, busting it up. You think you cool. Like, I went through that this week, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I thought I was cool with dude. I shot his name out. His name Brian Stanton Jr., right? Mm-hmm. I ain't scared to say I put his name out there, right? I'm thinking we cool. He said he was starting a bowling team, like a travel team.
Okay.
I was like, all right, you got people on the team. All right, I'm gonna join the team. And I fuck with y'all. We drank, have a good time. That's what I'm about. I did the whole last year, right? The whole season last year. I had a good time. was loving it, right? When the George Floyd joint came out, right? I seen him post something about Blue Lives Matter, and some dumb shit, right? I'm like, all right, the kid only like 20. He don't, I was like, maybe if we could, like at some point down the road after quarantine or whatever, we could go and have a conversation. Because maybe he just need to be educated. Right? So I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Because right then and there, I'm like, yo, this is stupid. Right. I'm ready to like hit him up that day. Like, yo, I'm off the team. I was ready to quit the team that day. Mm-hmm. But I was like, you know what? I'll talk to him later. And then maybe we can have a conversation. So boom. Like, well, Friday, Saturday, one of them days, he posts something about like when the day the NBA boycotted. He was like, just fucking play. You guys get paid all this money. Like you should feel like you're entitled and all that. I'm like, all I put was like, yo, do you not understand the reason why they don't want to play?
My thing is, if you don't agree with Black Lives Matter, you don't agree with it. Who are you to tell other people that they shouldn't be doing that? That's like when people say Black Lives Matter and people say all lives matter as a rebuttal. That's like people saying, let's walk for the cause of breast cancer. Right. And then somebody else coming in like, well, what about autism? Yeah. Right. Like, okay. Yeah. Autism do matter.
Prostate cancer matters.
Breast cancer right now.
Right.
Yeah. All cancers matter.
Right.
You would look like an idiot. You show up to somebody's birthday. All birthdays matter. Like if you look, and it's the same people that say all lives matter. Pretty much sometimes they say blue lives matter, right?
Right.
So you can say blue lives matter and all lives matter. So the word you got a problem with is black.
True.
So blue lives matter. That's a job.
Mm-hmm. So you saying blue is a fucking shirt,
right? So you saying cops matter, right? Pretty much, and their lives matter. Like these motherfuckers is waking up every day, putting their lives on the line, and that's respectable.
Their lives do matter,
right? But a black person don't choose on whether or not they want to be assaulted or killed by a cop.
The point of Black Lives Matter is not to say that blue lives don't matter or all lives matter. The point of it is we know those lives matter. Mm-hmm. We're trying to say we matter too.
Right. Right. That's what it should change to. Black Lives Matter too.
Right. Because you ever seen that Michael Che stand-up special?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
It was like, all we're asking for is matter.
That's it.
Matter.
Just matter.
Just matter.
Just matter.
Not matter more.
How do you not matter less.
Just matter.
Just matter.
Where's the issue?
Just care a little bit. And that's the thing. Like to me, if you physically you can't say the words Black Lives Matter at your mouth, we got nothing to talk about. We can't be friends because you're that narrow minded where all lives matter, or like you don't care enough about black people to say Black Lives Matter, which they have a problem with. So don't look at me like we're just gonna bust it up having a good time.
Right. If my life don't matter to you.
Right. Because that's the thing, like
I don't want to be around nobody. My life don't matter.
Right, because like all these people that we're friends with, right, and everybody has their own group of friends or whatever, and there might be a good group of white people in them, right? Mm-hmm. So you're telling me if you're my friend and you know me and know who I am and know that they can't at the end of the day post up some headline that said, "Oh, Ricky was a this or that or the third," because they always try to dehumanize the victims. Because if a cop came up to me and, like I said, like I stood up for my rights or whatever, and it could be appeared as though I didn't comply. I didn't comply because I was within my rights.
Right, because it's against my rights for you to arrest me when I didn't do anything wrong.
Right. So when I'm saying what did I do wrong?
I didn't do anything wrong, and so do you.
So when I challenge this officer's authority, and they get all amped up and they shoot me. And now I'm one of these names, right? Mm-hmm. Are you going to care? The people that I know that are saying all lives matter, blue lives, because now I don't think you would care if I was the one that got killed. or somebody that I knew got killed. Oh, what did they do? They must have deserved it. Because obviously cops, they don't make mistakes.
Because they didn't comply, they get to die.
Like, these guys are fucking heroes all the time. Like, no, the fuck they're not. Did you not see Training Day? That's real life too. People
we went to school with are cops now. Regular people.
Yeah.
These ain't no robots that they built specially to protect America. No. These are regular civilians.
But we're talking about the cops that look like
training.
Like that Kyle, whatever it was. Just ready, amped up. I'm getting out the car with my gloves on.
Very entitled.
Ready to throw somebody against a car.
And that's where you get the names Karen and Ken.
Yeah, man.
Very
on that note,
entitled.
We're going to pick up on this topic a little bit later.
Because sorrowfully, it's going to come back up at some point.
Because we're not done with this. We're not done until change is made. And we're doing our part to help change. And shout out to the NBA again.
Absolutely.
Black Lives Matter.
Always Black Lives does matter. To my left is Uncle Rick.
Yo.
To my right is Johnson Shakira. I am your co-host, Saluda G. This is the Never Die Before podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Until next week.
Yo.
The money keep on calling and I answer. Niggas hating, wanna see me in the slammer. Some bad bitches with me and they dance.